Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Coloniano D, and I have another review for you. As you can see, this one is from the house of Roja Dove's Hot Perfumery. This is an exclusive line of fragrance, and this one is PDV 4, Pierre de VELAY 4. Short backstory, this fragrance line was discovered in a vault, and Roja Dove brought them to life. So here we are, and let's get to the fragrance. It's a 2019 release, and it's a warm amber fragrance. Top notes: bay leaf, sage, and bergamot. The heart notes, we have rose de mai and grasse rose. Base notes, we have rum, cardamom, sandalwood, benzoin, labdanum, vanilla, and musk. Now, at the opening of this fragrance, I get a blast of fresh pepperiness. Although it's not a note listed, I do get a peppery vibe from the fragrance. This one, by the way, is my scent of the day. So I've had this on for about 4 hours. Actually, I've worn this fragrance a few times from this bottle. I've had some samples. So I was able to, wear this quite a few times. And so at the top, you get that pepperiness, right? And like I said, although it's not a note listed, I do get that. It's quite aromatic and a little spicy, just a little bit of spices. And get some woods, and it's a warm fragrance, a warm opening. So, like I said, you get that pepperiness, some spices, and some woods in the opening. You're in, when you're wearing this, when you first spray it, you're in a nice little scent bubble. It's really a very warm and comforting opening. So as we progress towards the heart note, or an hour or so, the heart notes start to kick in a little bit. The rum accord, it's not so much a boozy rum. Let me see, how can I explain? It's not a boozy rum. It's somewhat like a caramelized rum. A little on the sweeter side. Maybe, let me think of what I can relate this to. Have you ever had flan? It's a dessert. It's a custard dessert, and what they do is they brown sugar. It's like a burnt sugar, and you kind of dress the custard, the flan, with that sugar, and it makes for a real decadent dessert. It's really delicious. So that's what I'm actually getting. I'm not getting that booziness that, where it hits you with a boozy accord. It's somewhat like a caramelized rum. It's or burnt sugar, but not in a bad way, if you kind of get it. And it's resinous, and it's spicy. So you're getting the aromatics, a little bit of spiciness, some warm woods, and you're getting the caramelized rum accord somewhat after 2 or 3 hours. It's really nice, and you got the cardamom, and the fragrance after a few hours, it doesn't move, as this is very complex. There's not a lot of notes like most of Roja Dove's fragrances. This one has how many notes? Let me go back, 5, 11, just 11. Usually it's like 25. But anyway, so, you know, it's a fragrance that doesn't really move fast. So that opening that you get kind of sticks around. It doesn't develop much. I'm not saying it's linear, okay? It's just not a fast developing fragrance, okay? Throughout, you know, this first 2 hours, you get that warmth, that spiciness, the aromatic, right? You get this creaminess. So that's when you get towards the heart, you start developing this you know, the rum, the boozy accord, but not boozy like, you know, it's more of a caramelized rum or sugary type rum. And then you have then slowly the creaminess from the sandalwood. There's a sandalwood accord in here, and you start, it smooths it out. It's very warm, right? It's a very warm fragrance. You can actually, you know, I'm wearing it. It's my scent of the day, and I'm puffing on my sweater here. So you get this billowiness, this creaminess, almost sends a warm sensation, right? Okay, so that's what you're getting, you know, 2 or 3 hours in. And I'm kind of glad that it's not moving towards the base, right? Because sometimes, you know, that affects the longevity of the fragrance and the projection and longevity of the fragrance when the fragrance just moves too fast. So really, I'm a happy camper on how this fragrance is actually developing. So, you know, this it's my personal experience with this. So, you know, some may not like the way it doesn't move as fast, or some will say, well, this is kind of it's not a linear fragrance. It moves, but like I said, very slowly. And you know, like I said, it's a hot perfumery exclusive. But as a side note, sampling this can be a little bit difficult, okay? You would all, in my experience, in order to get a sample, you know, you had to make a purchase unless, you know, you order a sample pack. Now, I'm sure you're all familiar, or if you're not all familiar, let me just get the sample pack, if you'll bear with me. This is live, folks. This is live, there's no editing, so what you see is what you get here. So I took a trip to my little stash, and this is what the sample pack looks like in the Roja Dove Hot Perfumery. And this one has, which is now readily available, which it wasn't available at one time. There's your PDV 4. So, you know, so they are available in that Roja Dove Hot Perfumery sample pack, just to let you know. So, so like I said, now they include it in that sample part. So, back to the fragrance. Okay, so there's your sample, and this, so a few hours in, all right, it becomes a bit spicier. So like I said, it's a slow mover, right? So it becomes a bit spicier, and you get more of the cardamom, right? So, you know, because one of the listed notes is cardamom, but you get that spiciness from the cardamom, the nuttiness, or, you know, you can almost, there's a slight bitterness, but it's not bitter. Don't get me wrong. Don't go by what I'm saying. Cardamom can go either way. You know, it can go nutty, or it could go spicy, or it could go culinary spicy, or it can go maybe a little bit bitter. It all depends on what you get, you know, as a raw material. You know, you have the resins from the labdanum, and you know, you got the touch of vanilla, or you know, woodiness. So it really balances out. The labdanum sort of, you know, the amberiness sort of kicks in a little bit. So now you're about 4 hours in, and you're getting that cardamom, you're getting the resins and the labdanum. The amberiness is nice. It's nice and warm. You got the touch of vanilla and the touch of benzoin, and it really starts to balance it out. The amberiness stays, and it's perfectly well blended with the vanilla and the musk. So that's where you're getting the warm amberiness of the fragrance. It's very well blended, and like I said earlier, there's not a whole lot of note breakdown. It's a slow mover. It's really a beautiful, warm, comforting scent. It slightly leans masculine, right? Okay. It projects really good. It's a projector. Depends. You go light, you spray heavy for 4 hours or so, and the longevity is outstanding. You know, you're smelling this the whole day. It doesn't turn into a skin scent. So this is really, really a fantastic fragrance. And they hit the nail on the head, you know, when they said it's a warm, ambery fragrance, because that's what it is. So, yeah, this is PDV 4, and as far as you know, you could wear this casually. It could be a casually scent. You can wear it. It's a good date night fragrance. You know, there's the notes listed in the middle of the rose. You get very little rose. It's not even a, you know, it doesn't project rose very much. So it stays balanced. You know, it's a resinous, ambery fragrance. It's not, the florals don't hit you, and the opening is bergamot. You know, you get that little brightness that goes with the bay leaf and the sage. It's, you know, it's kind of nutty. It's just a well balanced fragrance. Pierre de VELAY, number 4, Roja Dove Hot Perfumery. Try and get your nose on it. It's really a great fragrance. So that's my review of PDV 4, Pierre de VELAY, Roja Dove Hot Perfumery. And feel free to make a comment. You know, we'll chit chat about it. And thank you for watching, and have a great day. See you next time. Thanks.